Question number 3. In relation to county government, please expound upon your philosophy of wants versus needs.
Jeff mentioned that the budget was up 10.6%. Understand, our budget includes everything. If we get a grant for $2 million to do something, that money is included in our budget next year. Our budget could be 10.6% less next year. It's just a fact of budgeting. When you budget and you include everything in, budgets go up and down. And that's what's happened with the county's budget. Wants versus needs. Look, there are many, many needs at the county, and we have some wants as well. And you're always placed in a position of a commissioner of saying no to people. People want things, it's not always there, it's not always in the budget, so therefore we don't spend it, and you're placed in a position of saying no. And that's okay, because we run county government very lean. We don't have a lot of wanton spending, we don't have a lot of fruitless spending that doesn't recoup things for the county. There's a number of needs that go unmet at the county. Maybe you've heard some of our emergency personnel say they'd like to have more towers. How many people in here would like to have better cell phone coverage? Well, of course, we all would. But you know, that probably entails borrowing about $10 million and putting up new towers around the county. And we have not done that. And I think that you'll see anybody that comes in the county, in the courthouse, you don't see a lot of staff standing around. You don't see a lot of wasteful spending. There are many things that the county does that are looked at on a daily basis. And I can tell you, there aren't many wants at the county that get funded.
The last time I ran, I talked a good bit about the parking garage and those kinds of things, whether that was a want or a need. In all of our budgets on our homes, if we lose our job through economic reasons or someone becomes sick, that wants and needs is real strict. My philosophy on that would be, as the county government, it would operate as a team, the commissioners would operate as a team, and each of those people representing the certain parts coming together with those wants and needs as well. And the bottom line is the decision has to be made. And as Jim mentioned earlier, the commissioners would be the ones doing that. So as far as my own wants and needs, I really don't know, other than trying to make a more efficient government based on what we have and what our needs are for the people and for the community. There are many services up there that probably a lot of us don't even know what those services are, but they touch people's lives. And we have to be cautious whenever we're doing that. We need to carry through and do those things that are necessary. And if there's fluff in there, we need to sit down and look at it. Maybe there's some there that exists now. We need to work through it and pull it out. And before we make any more decisions, look and see what we're capable of dealing with as far as what people can support within the community. Thank you.
I'd just like to address one other thing, a second here, take a little time. The 30 positions we talked about were cuts that were made since the year 2000, not since the last 3 years. I think the question said, what is your philosophy of wants versus needs? My philosophy of wants versus needs is very, very simple to answer. If I can't afford it, I don't buy it. It's that simple. And I've tried to bring that same philosophy to the county. I can tell you people that, you know, I don't buy a Cadillac when I can only afford a Dodge Omni. I was probably one of the few people in this room that built their own house, never had a mortgage, borrowed $3,000 for the brick of my house. Was the last loan I had was back in 1981. So I brought that same mentality to the county. I watch every penny that we spend. Believe me, we've spent some that I haven't agreed with, but you know, as a team player, I've gone along with that. And you know, my philosophy is, and always will be, if I can't afford it, don't buy it.
really be serving in county government today and not understand that resources have been constricting for a number of years. I've been a commissioner for 12 years. We've had a 9-year trend of declining federal and state resources to provide many mandated services. County government has been moving back, constricting its services, moving back to core services because the needs are right now all we can meet. There aren't many wants in the county budget. Talk to any of our department heads. You will hear very clearly that budget time at the County of Somerset is a very difficult time for every department head and elected official. We have not had budgets that have come to us that have had a lot of wants in it because our department heads know we are down to needs. The reality of our environment, though, at county government is that we have been absorbing everybody else's responsibilities as well, and that's called mandates. There are many, many mandates that we have to follow, whether we want to or we need to, we have to. And we don't like it any more than you do. We have been telling our state and our federal officials for a number of years now, if you pass those costs on to county government, they in turn are going to be, unfortunately, in many occasions, passed on to county taxpayers. It simply is a pass-through of taxes, other levels of government and responsibilities that they are not meeting. So I want you all to be very clear here tonight. There is not wanton spending at the County of Somerset. If you take a look at our budget and really totally understand it, you will see that it is a bare bones budget, has been a bare bones budget for a number of years, and with the trend will continue to be as we move forward. Thank you very much.
Hey guys, I understand it right. If our budget goes down next year, that means our taxes will go back down too. So, anyhow, please understand it. Anyhow, I want to read you something, guys. Basically, I gotta agree with John. If we can't afford it, don't buy it. We can't afford to keep going into debt. Some of our debt from '98, we rolled over in 2009. So we just keep extending out. We keep extending out. But listen to this. The idea that a local government's long-term debt should not exceed 25% of its annual budget. Any debt beyond this threshold is considered excessive and a potential risk, since a municipality may have trouble paying the cost of the debt. This is called the 25% rule. It came off the net. Okay, without the interest, we're at 82%. With the interest, we're at 118%. Okay? We got to stop spending now, and we got to tackle this debt. There is money in that budget that can be applied and redirected and applied to this debt. Once it starts happening, the interest payments that we're paying should feed on itself and help speed up the payments of that debt. But it has to stop. We've got to stop spending. We've got to focus on this debt. Thank you.
As a Marine of 35 years active duty, I got to tell you what a need is. You need oxygen, you need food, and you need shelter. The rest of your whole life are wants. I mean, let's tell it like it is. And I love it when some incumbent says, there aren't many wants in the county. Why do we have one? What is the purpose of one want when you're 49 million in debt? It's just, and I really apologize for coming on so strongly, but I'm impassioned with fixing this thing. And I've been protected by Marine Corps service. I really didn't understand how politicians work and the exchanges that they make. I mean, how many office buildings and warehouses are empty in Somerset? And we're pumping pipelines full of water from Queemahoming Dam. Oh, I see it. It's an investment. Yeah, good. And what is the approval of a pay raise for yourself for 3%? And already programmed another pay raise for next year and another pay raise for the following next year. Is that a want or is that a need? I mean, I'm sounding vicious. In the Marine Corps, we call it passion. I don't like being buffaloed. I don't like smooth political commentaries and front page budgets where you have to dig for all the details in the back. I like to be up front. And if you ever want to sit at the county commissioners meeting, just call ahead of time and schedule it. We'll welcome you in, sit down and listen to us debate. We won't make $1 million decisions in 7 to 15 minutes for once.